So here is the other special right triangle, the 30, 60, 90. It's basically half of a rectangle. You cut a rectangle directly in half on a diagonal. This is a lot more challenging than the 44, 45, 45, 90. Well, we all know by now we always have a hypo directly across from the 90. Now, from the 30, the smaller angle, it makes sense that directly across from that would be a smaller than what's across from the 60. So this is called the little leg. And whatever directly across from the 60 would be a bigger leg. So first of all, that's what we have to locate. So let's look at the math. Okay, the little leg and the hypo has a 2-to-1 ratio, or a 1-to-2 ratio, meaning the hypo is twice as big. So here's an example. So that's what you got to know. The relationship between little leg and hypo is 1-to-2. Now the big leg is whatever that little leg is times, we are now dealing with radical 3. Not the 45, 45, 90 that deals with the radical 2. But on this one, we deal with the radical 3. So this would basically be 12 times radical 3. And that's what we keep it. So there is the basics of how to work with these sides. And we're going to do plenty more. So, if the hypo on this first one is 100, we are not going to go in this direction. Meaning, we are going to go always from hypo to little leg because it's easy. We just cut it in half. It's a 2-to-1 ratio. And the big leg is you take that little leg and you times it by radical 3. It's 50 radical 3. That's how it's done when it gives you a hypo. On the second one, if it gives us a little leg, we can go both directions very easily. We can go to the hypo, we can double it. It's a 2-to-1 ratio again. And we can go to the big leg because it's across from the 60, once again, and the little leg is across from the 30. So this is the little leg. All we have to do is take that little leg, times it by radical 3. So there's our process for the little leg. I think that's the easiest process actually. Just double it to get the hypo, throw a radical 3 behind it for the big leg. Alright, some other ones. Okay, so let's say they give us 30 radical 3 on the big leg. So this one's starting with the big leg. We are never, ever going towards the hypo. Our little leg is always going to be the middleman. Okay, we go to the little leg and then we go to the hypo. Our little leg's important. It's our middleman. So, if the big leg is little leg times radical 3, you know that little leg is whatever's in front of that guy. So our little leg is take off the radical 3. And then our hypo is times 2 from the little leg. So once again, I'll do another one like that. So let's just go ahead and say 10 radical 3. Remember, we are going to the middleman and we're taking the radical 3 off to get the little leg. Oops, sorry. I messed up. How did I mess up? Because this is the little leg. So watch that. Doesn't matter how bad the drawing is, that's little leg. It's across from the 30. So let's put that big leg in here. So here's our middleman. Take the radical 3 off, and to get the hypo, we double it. So there is the basics of the 30, 60, 90.